Hello. Oh, I can set up overlays. Monetization on. Yeah. Overlays for breaks? Okay. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Hmm. Am I live? Yo, I am. Sweet. I mean, how much of a delay is there? And can you hear me? That's the question. Who's there? Yeah. Um, Unfortunately, close. Okay. Top chat. There we go. Let me see if we can hear or see myself. Ooh, there's a bit of a delay for 1080p. Okay, got it. Cool. Sweet. Guys, I have not done this in such a long time. I have totally forgotten how to go live. This is horrible. I've got to hide my juice. I should put that in my juice box container. So, I'm just gonna ramble like I normally do. I haven't been live in forever. Let me see what this says. It's in the chat. That's me. Cool. So, yeah, I hit 1,000 subscribers. I am quite ecstatic. I think happy. It is pretty cool. So, I've done a lot to get here. I've done very little to get here. Also, my thing, and I know that a handful of people would tell me my issue has been consistency. So it just is. Working a full-time job, trying to do the 9 to 5, working in kind of corporate America stuff, whatever, doing the 9 to 5ers and ish. It's not really 9 to 5, but you know what I mean. Just going to work, putting in the hours, doing what you got to do, and then coming back and doing this. On top of this is also the Amazon Influencer Program, and I really enjoy doing that. This is my hobby. This is still my hobby. Even though back there on that little box, it will say Ken Perriman. It's out of focus because I got a cool camera and all that. But it'll say 1,000 subscribers. Yay, finally monetized. And I actually checked. I don't know the deals and whatever. But just so you know, 3 days in and I got $3 and some change, I think. So cool. Let me, another juice. So the funny thing is I'm looking at my studio here and enable DVR. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Stream latency, ultra low latency. Does not support, okay. Oh, and I can't change it to normal latency. Whatever, that's cool. I'm gonna probably knock out a couple things here. Just for fun, I'm just doing this, guys. So hopefully those of you who are joining, if it's too boring, I'm sorry, but you know, click, off you go. That's all. So, okay, long delay in there. Sorry about that. For all maybe one of you that's watching, and I think that's me watching me. So that's yay. I'm stalking myself. Cool. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Having been doing this for a little bit, used to do a couple lives and got my Ecamm software and stuff, and I used to have the backgrounds and screens and shots and difference and all that stuff, and completely deleted them all because I wasn't doing any live streams. I I don't know if I'll do any more. I'm just doing this because of the fact that if anybody's out there, just want to let you know, thank you, super thank you for helping me get there. It took a while, and there was a last little push at the very end. Had to thank a few friends for helping to get me over that line, and I am super happy that I'm there. It's weird when you hit that 1K. You do, it changes a little bit. You're now able to be monetized, and then you go through the process and whatever. And if you're monetized, or like me, I don't know, for some reason, way back in the day, back when it was a little bit looser, I set everything up for monetization in the initial setup for it, and it was not approved, but it was there waiting, and it's been waiting for I think about 2 or 3 years. Finally, I'm there, and then I go and I do something, and it's right there. It just turned right on. So good to hear. I know that there's some other validation and verification that I have to do after I hit a threshold, but that's all cool. I'll get there, and I'll make it work. But I'm just real excited that I'm here doing this. I don't know if this announced it to anybody, and I keep looking down at my phone just to see if there's any other additional people there. Let me see if I can hit another guy who's in Australia. Yeah. To celebrate. So I don't know who will watch this again. I'm very animated today. I mean, today. I'm animated every dang day. I don't know who's going to pop on here, and I appreciate those who do. If you don't, whatever, right? That's cool. The point is that I'm going to be working on a few things. I enjoy interacting with people. I like the lives. I did it for a while, and I had fun, even though I had 3 or 4 people who popped on, and that was perfectly fine for me. And I had no issues with that. I thought it was pretty darn cool. I ended up stopping doing that because I was kind of going in a direction that I felt like wasn't me. And what is me? It's what I'm doing now, and it's a lot of product information videos, not necessarily product reviews, but product information videos, where a lot of people will get on Amazon, and more so a lot of the videos, and another channel that I have, which is actually sitting at right around 56 subscribers, I think. That was pretty cool. And it's still kind of climbing up, but basically all my Amazon videos, I'm kind of hustling over in that direction, just for added traction to come on over and take a look at what I've got going on. But also on top of it, the current page that I have here, it's more review-ish, more overlanding Jeep vehicle, off-road, camping, all that kind of stuff. In fact, I got a ton of stuff that came in the last few days. Got a hold of an Anker C1000, Solix C1000, and that is like primo. That is awesome. The reason why I say that is because it is the perfect middle ground. I have like a 600 watt hour handheld dude that I've had for a few years. It's awesome. It does a great job, but it's like, it's like 600 watt hours. Did I say amp hours? Sorry. If it was 600 watt hours, It's good. It will do a lot of medium things, and it'll do, like, charge your phone a handful of times and do stuff like that. But I wanted something just with a little bit more amplitude, a little bit more power, a little bit more handling of daily activities when you're out camping. And then a company called All Powers came my way and was super supportive, super helpful. Shot me one of their chargers. We call them solar chargers in some cases, but now they're just battery systems. I'm gonna call it battery systems, and they have a ton of power. And what's funny is I actually hit them up and sent an email saying, "Hey, listen, love your product, love to do a product video. Let me know how we can work things out, all that kind of stuff." And I was looking at, because I didn't want to be greedy. I was like, "Hey, listen, this 1500 you got is plenty enough. If you want to send me a 500, that's cool. Maybe the 1500." And they're like, "Hey, do you want to do our 2500?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, I give it a shot." And so they sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh dang!" And there's, go check my videos. It's out there. It's a beast. I did it in the room, and I did it over there, and man, that thing was huge. 65 pounds. It's a great workout tool. You could bend over and do some good back exercises with this. God knows I need to do some exercise. Maybe I should. But their first battery came damaged, and they were happy to send me a return slip. I just had to print it out, put it in a little thingy, send it on its way. But in the interim, they still sent me another one. And they said, "Hey, by the way, for your problems, we'll send you one of our cool solar panels that's really super flexible." So what they sent me was the 2500, the R2500, with two foldable solar panels, right? There are two sections, they fold in half. You know what I'm talking about. And again, it's in the video if you want to go check it out. But the solar panels I kept, right? Because, I sent the other guy back. They gave me the new one. I tested it out with the new solar panels. But I never did go and take the new one and set it up, because I had one exactly like it from another company called Bougie RV, who sent me that solar panel to show in working in conjunction with their refrigerator that I got, which was really cool. Loved that refrigerator, took it out, and I say loved like it's gone. It's not. I still have it. And what's really cool is Bougie RV Company has been super supportive as well. They keep, they got a representative that represents other areas also, but he keeps sending me a bunch of Bougie RV stuff. I got in collection from them the Bougie RV refrigerator. It's like the $200 variant. It's a single cavity, gets down to -4, -7 degrees, I believe, and it rocks. It does exactly what it's supposed to. And that one I took to Florida. I live in Georgia. It's a 5-6 hour trip to get to the panhandle of Florida, go hang out for a little bit, do some beach type stuff. And I took it, put it in the Jeep, plugged it in. Actually, I have which is cool, in my Jeep, I have a power inverter. So I just plugged it right in, the 110 volt power connection, and just ran with it. Drove it down the road. I could hear it. It's not super loud, but you can hear it kind of, humming along or whatever. And doing its thing. And hold on a second, I got Jeremy talking to me. I was at, okay, cool. And no worries, sir, if you chime in or whatever. No, now? Okay, no worries. Just saying. Jeremy, man, cool dude. I've had the pleasure of talking to him on the phone a few times. He's sitting out doing one of the coolest things. Let me see, what's Danny got? Danny's talking to me? Jeremy Gourlay. And yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yep, just blabbing. What's going on? Yeah, I don't care. Cool. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I inadvertently added AI. Sorry about that. The person watching, cool. Let's see. Yep, still got one. That's cool. sipping on my juices. Popped in anyway. Danny, you did anyway. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know how far along or behind you are. Cool. Chime in. Give me a note. Drinking some juice. Some healthy juice. Welcome. It does say that there is, whoop, there it is. There's, I believe, Danny. So Danny been babbling for, I don't know, 10 minutes now, maybe. Yeah, and just talking about the fact that I am super excited about hitting 1K subscribers. Yep, 1K. I know, Danny, you hit it like, what, 15 years ago? And yeah, no, it's it changes your mind a bit, and I'm kind of excited about it. So, but mostly just babbling and kind of being thankful to, well, people like Danny, you. Yeah, I know you're just kind of chiming in the middle of hitting the gym and working out. And I know Jeremy's thinking about jumping in here a little bit, but yeah, no, it's I'm kind of in this happy-go-lucky mood, and I was just talking about, you know, how like Bougie RV has since I've kind of leaned a little bit more this channel towards camping and overlanding and reviewing products that are more related to that. I still do the electronics. I still get Alua sent me this cool looking yeah, keyboard. I say sorry. A bunch of LED, unicorn puke all the way around, all that kind of stuff, doing its thing. And but it's a heavy, stout, wireless keyboard. I actually like it a lot. It's actually a pretty cool keyboard. But yeah, I mean, it's like I still get the electronics. I got the right over here, those little red, they look pink on the screen, but they should be red. LED string light LED thingy. And yeah, still getting a lot of electronic stuff. I have got tons of stuff here that I have been sent to do reviews, and even more so, oh my god, these things I'm getting a ton of. What is this, Ken? Well, hey, let's see if this will work. Hold on. Using my OC. Ah, there it is. Whoops, I gotta hide the juice and the other juice. Sweet. But yeah, look, check that out, right? It's a dang charger. It's not a charger. It's a jumper, air compressor. It'll mow your grass. No, I'm just kidding. It won't. But I get a bunch of these air compressor for larger vehicles type thing going on. And got a bunch of air compressors back here. Yeah, another one. This one's a beast. Again, they now know that I have a Jeep with really big tires, so they're like, hey, can you do this guy? Because this will do more than just your standard sedan type thing. And yeah, the big thing about this is this is fun. As I said, this is a hobby for me, but it's something I'm really enjoying. Oh, lost somebody. Cool. All right. But nonetheless, it is what it is. It's just it's a celebration in this case of me hitting 1,000 subscribers. I'm appreciative. I am just talking to hear myself talk. I know that sounds bad, and I do apologize. Hopefully you swing on and you're like, maybe this sounds interesting, but maybe not. But let's be a little bit structured here. I never am. But I'm quite happy with everything that's been going on here. It was a kind of a slug fest of getting here, trying to do everything I can to hit this this milestone, this landmark of 1,000 subscribers. It's kind of strange how it changed on me. And what I mean by that is the fact that I went to, kind of check, and I was talking to a few people, and I ended up going out and doing hanging out with a friend and having a few beers and doing a pub crawl, basically going from one location to another. And unfortunately, he fell a bit ill, so he couldn't finish it out. We ended up going through about 3 or 4 bars, but talking to a lot of people and socializing and kind of the things that I do. And worked and talked with them, and even he was helping me. He was like, hey, why don't you hit subscribe and take a look at this guy's channel? He does all this stuff and whatnot. And that helped push me over the top, and didn't think a whole lot of it until I got to the next day. And maybe I think it was probably a day or two later when I started to see, when you go look at your studio and it's like, hey, look, you earned $1.43 or something like that. And that's exactly, actually, that's more than what I was expecting. I was expecting to see maybe like a dollar and some change after a couple of weeks or something. And still slightly, pleasantly, surprisingly making me a bit happy is that, oh my God, there's another avenue of a revenue stream that you can do, making a few dollars, enjoying your hobby. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just having a blast in doing my hobby and talking to a camera, to you, to people, and more importantly, doing what I call video information or video description, product description, not video, product description videos. That's it. Product information videos. So, and I made mention earlier in this stream that I actually do also Amazon. So what I do is a lot of my product videos that I do information on. I don't feel super confident calling them reviews, because a good review, actually, you have to take the product and you have to have it. You have to use it for a period of time. You have to function it, operate it. And now there's a lot of times where you can do these reviews where you're like, hey, here's my initial unboxing and initial usage review, and then I'm going to do a long term a little bit later. I'll come back and tell you what's going on with it. That's an easy way to set that up and talk about that. But in many cases, a lot of the videos that you're doing in relation to Amazon, which you usually can try to separate or need to separate from, YouTube and whatnot. And separating meaning that they kind of have a different format, except for the fact that, as I said before, I have another YouTube channel that actually has, 56, I think, subscribers already. And it started off with 2. So, and this was a couple weeks ago. So just dumping, and just putting a lot of those out there just so that I can get a lot of traction, or more traction, of people seeing those and then clicking on the link and hopefully getting over there. I can see the video on YouTube and go, hey, that's interesting. Let me click on this link, and it'll take me over, and it'll take me to the product itself. So it's like, hey, I want to get that. You can go there. So it's another channel to bring people in and have them go talk to, review, see, visit. And one of the biggest things that I think that is super helpful in a lot of these videos is, unfortunately, you'll see a lot of the companies who make the product. And as an example, this thing right here, this guy, and I'm not saying this guy did this, but this is as an example. I'm trying, oh yeah, I can do it with my phone, is that you can, got a little, I don't know if you can hear it, it's got a little robot in there, pump. And yeah, now it's, oops, I didn't mean to push that button. That button releases it. But now I've got a camera holder that I can put a Insta360. Actually, I have one. I can put the Insta360 on a piece of glass. I can put, this on the side of a car, a windshield, whatever. And it is in there pretty darn good. And if it starts to get a little loose, there's a little button in the middle that senses that it's getting loose, and it'll activate the pump again. But you'll see something like this. And unfortunately, some semi-active Photoshopper will get in there and make this thing look like it's the size of, your desk, or let's say that, not this as an example, but maybe you have something like this chair, and then they'll show and they'll just Photoshop some happy lady sitting in it, and this chair is just swallowing her up. It's like she's a mini small person, and this thing's huge, and it's fitting. It doesn't fit her. So again, my point is get this thing off of there. Actually, come on, there you go. Stop it. And you get in there, and there'll be, weird shapes, sizes. You don't know what's going on. So what I like to do, I like to make sure that you get something, and get something out there and show you, do the overhead, that was quick. You know, again, keyboard. Look, there's me again. And you can look at these things and go, okay, this is how it really looks. This is the size. This is what you'll need to put in here. This is what comes in the box. So a lot of times you'll see something where, and I also see, unfortunately, is you'll see some gadget with a handful of cables connected to it that plugs to this, that, and the other. Maybe it's some, maybe it's even like a keyboard that you see the cable. Fortunately, this does come with the cable, but maybe in some cases you'll see that when someone opens a box with something and there's nothing there, and you're like, whoa, oh God, now I got to go buy the cable, and I bought this and I needed this like in 5 minutes, but I can't because I don't have the cable. I don't have this. I didn't know what was in it. This is what my intent is with a lot of these videos. On another YouTube channel, not this one. This one, though, is, again, off-roading, not so much. I haven't really taken my Jeep off-roading yet. I am soon. But it's a camping, overlanding, adventure type of thing that I'm really excited to go and do. The bad thing is I've got to find a time in which I can go with my wife. Now, Jeremy, dude, that thing was cool. I'm just looking to see if he was on. I don't see him. I see a couple people jumped on and they're gone. So I think it's just back to me, but cool. Anyway, Jeremy, really cool channel, 4 point something or other K subscribers. Yeah, that's awesome. And then out in going around Australia, he lives in Australia, but he goes all the way around Australia. I mean, it's so dang cool. And I'm gonna tell you here real quick. I'm gonna check something. Popped in anyway. All right, thanks. And oh, there he was. Oh, still on. Just babbling. Sorry, typing. All right, yeah, cool. So I want to go look at something real quick. Well, there I am right there. Okay, cool. I want to go check his channel out real quick. I saw his most his most recent one was really cool. I was a big fan of that one. Got horizontal falls in Australia. That was pretty cool. Looks like, I guess, the understanding is that there is a teeny tiny inlet, about the width of maybe a handful of boats, maybe 3, 4, 5 boats wide. But I think it's like the only place in which the water, when the tide comes in and comes out, is through this little section. And it's, and I think the cool thing about it is the fact that the water rushes in and it rushes back out. And I saw one section, it was pretty cool. One of the boat guys was in there and he just hit it with them and then slowed it down because they're on these really fast kind of jet boats. Hits the water and hits that opening perfectly and then gets right into the very front of the section and then lowers the speed just perfect enough that the speed of the water coming through. So basically his boat is just sitting next to the walls and you're not moving. But the thing is, you can hear the motor chugging and it's pushing along because the water's moving that fast in the opposite direction. Really cool feature about that. So I thought that was cool. And if you check it out, he's got the cutest kids in the world too. And his wife is really cool. And I think it was her birthday during that time. So yeah. And Jeremy, if you're watching, I watched it. And that's proof right there that I watched it, I think. And super cool video. Always really cool to see it. And wow, there is a lot of stuff here. I'm trying to catch one thing. Give me 1 second. I know there's one other person on here. I don't know who's that. Hey, whoever's here, chime in. Tell me who you are. Don't know if it's Danny or if it's Jeremy. If it's Jeremy, cool. Welcome, brother. Let me see. I'm trying to see one other thing here. And give me a second. I've got to drink some of my juice. That's some good juice. Whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. I am trying to look up one thing. Oh, it's not even there. Apologize for the dead air. Trying to keep it going. But yeah. This is very strange. All right, let me go check my history because I know I looked at something just a few bit. Oh, look. I got a hangout. Look, 2 people are watching. I can turn that on and watch it. But hey, whoever's there, type in your comment. I'd love it. I'd love to know who that is. Please don't be shy. Say hi. So, yeah, there it is right there.
Anyway, let's go.
There he is.
Hold on to your panties.
Hold on to your panties. Wait, did he say that? Come on now. So, just let you know, I don't have any text to pop up or anything, but if you go check out Grab Life by the Gourlays, and I hope I said it right, Gourlays. And there is an entire section of him, his wife, and his kids traveling around Australia, just checking out the coolest places. The funny thing is Australia, because I'm originally from Arizona, so reminds me of a lot of the things that I see with where he's gone and done is there. Is stuff that is so similar to what I'm used to seeing. Going to a giant desert and then one just dead, dried out everything, then come over this hill and then all of a sudden there's just big river, just out of nowhere, just big river, going over to the Grand Canyon. I loved the fact that I was camping, that I've camped as a kid in the Grand Canyon, camped on the rim over in Havasupai Canyon. And one of the greatest things, I still remember it to this day. I still remember it almost clearly, almost perfectly. And maybe it's filled with what I've seen on the web or something. But I still believe that I still remember that when we spent the night, and it was with the Boy Scouts and a bunch of old friends of mine, good friends of mine. I know that a lot of my friends, we don't talk anymore. The guys from Arizona, I live in Georgia now. But some of us, we still talk a little bit. But the point is we were all there, and you couldn't go to bed. It was so quiet. It was so nice. It's so dark, but yet up in the sky, you could see every single star there was. And I know that's not true, but the point is you didn't realize how many stars are out there. You'll see the videos, you'll see the pictures, from Hubble or whatever, and it's like, here's this section, and there's 400 quadrillion stars in this box, and multiply that by, 642 billion more. That's how many stars are out there, and that we maybe know of. Whatever. I mean, when you look up and you can actually see the Milky Way, you can see the strip of the Milky Way coming across the sky. That is the coolest thing ever. It's just, I want to go do that again. And the problem is you can't do that, excuse me, with light pollution, as they call it. Meaning, you live in a city, you live anywhere where there's any light that is broadcasting, street lights, whatever, that is kind of putting itself out in the atmosphere. It makes it less and less and less able to see the minute stars out there. And the Grand Canyon, there's no, especially away from Grand Canyon proper, where all the tourists go. We went over to the Havasupai Canyon section, which is off to the side, and you can actually go down the switchbacks. You can take a donkey, you can ride a donkey, but we as Boy Scouts were like, we're gonna rough it, backpack and hoof it down. We're gonna walk the 6, 7, 8 miles and go to the Havasupai Canyon Falls, which is also beautiful. And in that, all that stuff, I still remember the hiking. I remember seeing a bunch of cool things. I remember the biggest thing I remember is the 2 main events. That's 4, Ken. There's 2 main events. Was the canyon and sleeping, and remembering that if you get up to go use the bathroom, don't walk too far because wasn't that bad, but yeah, I'm still a little bit. And also that when you went to bed, you looked up and it was just Yeah, I remember that I couldn't go to sleep for at least an hour or more, just because you're just in awe of wherever you looked. There were a million stars in this little section that you were looking. There were millions of stars, and oh, there's a million more. Oh, there's even more, and then you could see where they're clustered together in our own galaxy, and then all the it just so I'm going on about it. Yes, I know, but it was just those type of things I want to go and do. I want to get out here and head up to the North Georgia mountain area. I want to go up in the mountains, heading towards South Carolina, North Carolina, that kind of stuff. Get up there and then see those stars again when you get away from all that noise, light noise pollution, and check it out. So there it is. My point in reference to what a lot of stuff that Jeremy's done with his grab a lap series, as he called it, episode. Right now he's on episode 38. I don't know how many more he has. I know he has a ton of videos left to go. I do know he's also back, but he's still got a lot of videos he's going to be posting. So, but loved the video, and I loved that place. That was cool, swimming with the sharks and that inlet, and all, I mean, it's just super cool. But that's something I might see more of myself doing. I still want to do the product stuff. I still enjoy doing a lot of the product stuff. And I don't mean just like products like related to just Jeep stuff and whatever. Like, I mean, yeah, soft shackles. I actually got a couple of those here the other day. And believe it or not, this can pull a couple ton vehicle out of a ditch just with this rope and the way it's designed. It's unbelievable. I mean, I think that if I remember this guy, other ones are stronger, but this guy his brake strength is 56,000 pounds, right? Cars weigh 6,000 at the most for the most part. You're not so the point is that using these guys, and as long as you don't mistreat it, you'll be able to use this to tie in a loop, connect a rope to it, connect it to another shackle or a hook on your vehicle, pull some stuff out. That missed. There you go. I mean, cool stuff like that, but I also do, like I said, I like the cool things like the keyboards, the fake plants, other electronics and stuff like that, because I am kind of an electronic geeky kind of guy, and I enjoy that. It's a bit fun for me. Hey, looks like we got another visitor. Please, if you don't mind, go ahead and type in who you are, say hey, say welcome, and take a small pause for a juice. But as I go around, Jeremy's one of those guys I want to say thank you to. Always been super supportive, always chimed in on my videos more than most people. I think what? Did it really do that? I just was scratching my nose, and I think I just gave myself a thumbs down. Or did somebody else give me a thumbs down? That kind of sucks. Hey, got 4 people? Yay! So, hey, somebody, whoever you are, chime in. Just tell me who you are. I don't know. It's just say hey. I don't know if I'm getting the chat. Let me type in here. Hi. I'll just say hi. There you go. And I know that my video is just a little bit. Scott Durham mentioned me in a what? Oh my God. Scott, you're on here, man? I was just talking about my boys from Arizona. Oh my God. This is cool. Scotty, man. Say hi, brother. Come on, man. Jump in there and say hi. Type in a comment, man. Long time no see. Wow. Yeah, I guess were you on here? You're still on here. So you probably heard me talking about the Grand Canyon. One of the biggest and of many, 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 many Boy Scout adventures that we went on. Man, I learned so much as a kid into being an adult. Prime example, I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit, but that's how it's going to be. That's who I am. But I remember that a lot of the stuff that I learned repelling from the Boy Scouts. When I was in the military and I ended up joining the service, I ended up going through AIT. Prior to going to AIT, I ended up getting the opportunity to do what is Air Assault School. Air Assault School is two things: learning to sling load random objects, cannons, Humvees, couple of Humvees, cannons with Humvees, towing Humvees or the other, and all that stuff with sling loading, loads of certain weights and learning what number connection with the hook and all that stuff. And I forgot half that stuff. The other big cool thing was rappelling from a helicopter. And we got to do it on a couple of items. And this was long enough ago that they still employed for training purposes, because we were in Fort Rucker. Actually, it was after my AIT. Gosh, I'm not even thinking straight. Because I went to AIT to become an air traffic controller. If Scott, you're still on, that's the reason why I now talk a million miles an hour and not as shy as I used to be. But in short, I am out learning how to rappel off the skid of a UH-1 helicopter, which was super cool because, and then you're just like, and you're like, yeah. And that was awesome. But the cool thing about it is I knew what I was doing. I knew how to rappel. I learned that from the Boy Scouts. I learned it with this guy, Scott, that I'm talking to. I learned it with him and a bunch of other guys that I knew at such a young age, learning a bunch of good things. So I was a problematic kid, and I learned to get into trouble a lot. But I tell you what, when I did a lot of stuff with the Boy Scouts, I kept myself out of a lot of trouble. Other than the fact of doing all that, I was also I'm Steve from Yellowstone. That's cool. All right. I'm Steve from Yellowstone in the feed. Oh, I'm not even seeing anything. So if you guys are commenting, and I apologize, because I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Oh, I know why. Hold on. Sorry. Chat filter. All messages. Holy crap. Guys, sorry. I'm an idiot. It's been a long time since I've been in there. Old Scotty here. Oh my God. Cannonballer. My God. You're absolutely right, sir. Steve from Yellowstone shared in the link at Facebook. Thank you, sir. Cannonballer soccer forever. That's a history. That's a story. I used to, and yeah, you're right, man. Scotty. Yep, Scotty Reeves, Matty P, Adam Haynes. Yeah. Adam Haynes? Seriously? We all know about Matt, but Adam? Dude, I a couple years or so ago, I requested a friend request from him on Facebook. Man, that's horrible. Not gonna lie. I know this guy since 1978. Solid guy. The fastest kid in my age group next to Jermaine. Okay, all right. I am subscribed on 4 channels. Scott, man, love you, man. Thank you. That's freaking awesome. I hope you're still there. Yeah, a couple years ago. Oh my God, really? Man, not good. All right, I tell you what, another juice for Adam. Man, I grew up with him and Matt. And, well, Scott, you, right, but no, man, you're good. You're good. It is what it is. Oh my God, you know what? I need to learn how to use my own dang software, because there it is. There's my comment section right there. I don't need to turn this on. I'm such a knucklehead. But, you know how it is. But yeah, Scott, man, thank you, sir. This is awesome. It's really awesome to talk with you. Yeah, juice. Wow. Yes, thank you, sir. Cheers to you. Hey, how's I know you've had your battles. I know you got some stuff that you're working through. How you doing? I'm hoping you're doing well. I know that you haven't messaged or stated a lot, so I'm thinking you're doing good, because I hate the fact that there's a lot of brothers that we know that have kind of Lance, and right. So I'm hoping everything's doing good with you, man. God. I know my mom's heading out to Arizona to go see some family members, cousins over in California. So that's cool. Oh, man, Adam, that is what it is. Yeah, no, that's what I meant, though. I know about, okay, very cool. Good for you. Good for you. We're also going to celebrate All right. Good for you. Gonna be out kicking A again this year. Hanging out with your grandkid, right? That's the cutest dude in the world, man. So, and I know you already know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So, man, this is great. This is awesome. But and Jeremy, were you on? I think Jeremy was on. Yeah, he was. Thank you, sir. Jeremy, you're still there, man. I don't know if you heard, I was talking about your channel. I've got it actually on pause right here because, I love it. Hold on to your panties. Okay. But love that video. If I don't know if you heard, it's, got the cutest kids in the world, and your wife. Can't say much, right? Because, I'm married, but anyway. Doing your thing. Loved that. Yeah, you're still on. Thank you, sir. Loved that inlet. Did you see? So, Jeremy, did you hear what I was talking about when I mentioned your channel before? If you did, that show, I love that show. That episode, episode 38. And Scott, if you don't, this is a cool dude. His Grab Life by the Gourlays, and he's got a whole series right now about Grab a Lap series that's going around Australia. Jeremy's back home now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it was pretty it's pretty badass. And I think you still got more stuff to put out, I know, but that last one, I loved it. That was cool. And like I said, hitting that inlet and then rocking that boat just to be at the same speed as the water going in or going out, tide rushing in, tide heading out, either way. It was pretty bad. So badass. Sorry, bad stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Bad meaning good. All right. But yeah, so I know that Danny said he might be able to jump on. He was hitting the gym. We've also ordered another caravan too. That's right. You told me you're going to do that. So does that mean that there is another Grab a Lap coming up? I mean, I know that you probably got to settle down. You got to pay the bills and do all the other stuff you got to do. But does it mean that there's a part 2 or? Because you did the whole year, if I remember. You did a whole year with the kids, which, dude, you got to be the greatest dad ever. I mean, to go and take an entire year with your kids and show them all this cool stuff. Because as I was making mention is that, going to do all this stuff with the Boy Scouts that I did. I mean, I learned so much in Arizona going to all these places, hanging out with a lot of our friends. Okay, hold on. What'd you say? My best friend, Kimmy P. The firewood fundraising trip to Bonfire Tumbleweeds was straight out of the Bible. Oh, I froze. Oh, no. No, I froze up. I don't know if can you hear me? Oh, no. Let's see if I can switch it out. No. Dang it. Yeah, I hear you. If you can. Well, at least my video is showing that I froze up, so dang it. Okay, you can still hear me. All right. I'm going to play around with this, but yeah, 48 minutes, man. I'm sorry. Yep. Cool. Thank you, brother. I think that my camera is getting a little bit warm here. But you're frozen. Yeah, no, I hear you. Let's see if I can change something in my settings real quick. Sorry, guys. Let's go with the stream. I'm doing high, yeah. No. Man. I think somebody gave me a down arrow though. Audio good, video froze, but in a good spot, right? Yeah, I'm like, just want to congratulate you on your 1K and looking forward to 10K. Thank you, man. If I could spell. This is bad. I'm sorry. I wish this could have worked a little bit better. I think I probably got my camera a little bit hot here, but Yeah, it's showing 3 watch, 3 up. Somebody down thumbed me. Let's see if I can turn this thing off and redo it. Overlays. Let's see. See if that pops up. Nope. Sorry. Camera. Let's see. I don't know. Would that even turn on? No. Yeah. There it is. I got my MacBook camera going. That's crazy. I don't even. So, yeah, it's got a MacBook over here. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit crappy on the lens, too. Hopefully, I didn't lose everybody because I went froze. That zoomed in on me pretty good. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm working. We are down to how many people are watching now? Let's see. We still got 3. That's awesome. I got me, and then it looks like Scott and Jeremy. Let me. I don't know if this is gonna zoom in or not. It's hot stuff, and okay, yeah, that's right, man. That's right. You can see the background of all the bad stuff there. Okay, let's see if I can switch back over. No, I think I'm still frozen on that camera. Tell you what. Let me. Man, this thing will follow you. That is crazy. All right. There's the bookshelf back there. That's the one you saw on the other angle. Got all kinds of crap going on. Got my other desk over there where I do a bunch of other stuff. And who is this? Scott. What you say, man? Really? Thank you, Scott. Thank you, man. Alhambra. Oh my God. Let's see if this camera got fixed. Oh, I know what I need to do. My Ghost Stream has gotten hot. Yeah. Wow. Man. Oh yeah, you can see the juices over here. Okay. I'm back. So I tell you what, I've got a fan going on over here. I think my Ghost Stream, it's hot in this house. You keep it a little bit warm, but yeah, it's a bit hot. So let me get a fan. I'm gonna blow my little fan on it instead of it on me. So, because I'm having a little bit of fun here. Hopefully you guys are just a little bit. If Medela can't support this show, then I'm not I'm not a marketing genius. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I like that picture. Is that George Michael? I'm playing. I think I'm playing. Steve from Yellowstone. That's cool. Wow. So, yeah, appreciate the, got all this stuff from Adam Haynes. Jesus. Okay. Well, I do appreciate that, Scott. That's very cool. Let's see. Oh, Danny did pop in for a sec. I don't know if he's still there. Frank Stallone. Okay. Okay. All right. He's the eye. All right. Yeah. You guessed it. Okay. So, and Scott, are you a subscriber? You said you're a subscriber of multitude of channels, so you've been watching me talk a whole bunch of stuff for a little while, haven't you? So you've been kind of quietly stalking me as well. And I say that in a weird way, but I don't mean it in a bad way, obviously. So loving the overlanding gear stuff. Thank you, Jeremy. And Scott will totally get this. Again, Steve from Yellowstone, who is Scott, a good friend of ours. Thank you, Scott. I've always made mention in a lot of my videos. You'll hear I make the same statement over and over again. Of course, is that back in the day when I was in the Boy Scouts, that's one of my. So I played a lot of soccer. Scott will make mention. I ran a lot of track. I used to be a whole lot different than I look now. But I was. Oh, that's awesome! Thank you, man. But I also I was really fast. I ran. I always jokingly told a lot of people, and Scott, you might be able to support this a little bit, was I always used to say I was the fastest white guy in school because I learned in the 6th grade very quickly that fast twitch muscles I have, but there are people with faster twitcher muscles than me. And there was a kid that I remember it was Tomahawk. I went there for some damn reason. Went there, and they had this sprint day where we were doing 100-yard sprints, and I'm fast. I was. I'm making it clear. I was fast. I was very fast through all the way up into my 20s, and even into a little bit of the 30s. But anyway, I was fast, and Scott Reeves always thought he was faster, but that can be either way or whatever, and it's always been a long-standing joking battle between us. But the point is he and I were pretty much the fastest guys for the general small area that we lived in. I'm sure there are other dudes that were just as white as me and Scott that could probably kick our butt, but everybody, whenever I ran or sprinted and whatever, I always prided myself that I could just be just a smidge faster than other people. And then I went and sprinted against this one dude, and there was a black kid in this school, and I kicked his butt. When I mean kicked his butt, is it was meow, meow, and he was right behind me, but I came in first, and it was the prelims. Come to find out, and I will tell you, this was the first time when because I was always the guy that I thought, yep, I am faster. I've never looked at someone's backside losing. And I'm saying this because on that day in 6th grade, when this kid who was sick the first time we raced, and I didn't know it, some guy said it. I mean, I think I knew it, but I think I didn't believe it. I was just like, okay, he was sick, but he couldn't run. All right. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I'm faster. I'm going to do it. I'm going to rock this, and I'm going to be good at it. And I raced him, and out of the box, boom, I'm ahead of him. And out of nowhere, he just kind of right in my peripheral, and then he's right there. Now, here's the thing, and I'm just like, okay, I got to turn it on another notch. I turned it on, and I didn't do jack. I felt turning on, and he's still going. And then this was the biggest pride puncher I've ever seen. Was I turned it on to as fast as I could go. I've always thought that, hey, I've ran as fast as I need to win, but I've never ran at the full speed. I'm running against this kid, and I'm giving everything I got, and he's still pulling away slowly, but he's still pulling away. And I'm just like, what? How does that even happen? How does that? And again, I learned that day was, yeah, I thought my stuff didn't stink, and yeah, I got smoked. And I learned very quickly that yeah, I need to do better. So all rolling back in, because I am a tangential guy. I run tangents like left and right. In the end, I did make mention as the fact that I always reference my childhood because I learned so much about being in the Boy Scouts. I did so much in the Boy Scouts, and I did so much with Scott. And it's funny too, Scott, right? In church, we spent quite a bit of our time, and I remember that we got in trouble a couple of times because what was funny is we were all the same age or same grouping of age. I mean, some of us would jump to another level, and I was the younger-ish of the guys, so people would jump to another class level, and then after a while in church, we'd be all together. But generally speaking, for a long-ish period of time, when we were going to classes in church, most of the time we would talk about what is the plan for our next scout outing, adventure, jamboree, all that kind of stuff. And I loved it. We just go in there, you know, because you had to sit through sacrament and try to stay awake, and that was back when we weren't doing things, and then they were doing things, and it was like, oh my God, you got to stay awake when you're still facing a bunch of people trying to do passing out of the sacrament. And all that aside, we're talking about having a good time and doing the Boy Scout thing and what are we going to do next and whatever. And then it was like, I remember that a couple of times the guys, our parents or the elders that were in there would be like, okay, guys, we got to stop talking about it. We got caught. We got to start talking about some of the studies that we have to do. Let's talk about more about God and stuff like that. And then it was like for a couple of weeks, it'd be like, yep. And then God and this, that, and the other. It's just like that one time. There it goes. It froze again. This thing is hot. I need to quit using this guy. Okay. All right. Let's see if it comes back. Because I just said screw it and unplug it. There it goes. So anyway, yeah, we went out there and just had to do church things, and then you go a couple weeks later, a month later, or something like that, and then we were all back into, hey, this is the next thing coming up. Let's practice it, or let's work on this. How are we going to get this? We're going to coordinate this and do all this, and it was awesome. It was so awesome to hang out with all these guys. I mean, did we butt heads? Did we say things? Did we get on each other's nerves? Abso-freaking-lutely. But we also learned so much, I think, from each other. And so I always mention this during my videos, is that when I was Boy Scouts, when I played Army, all the stuff that I learned a lot related to, and I so miss, yeah, dude, Lake Powell. Yeah. Oh my God, Lake Powell. I said Lake Powell, like Lake Powell. Oh my God. That was such a blast. I remember Butterfield. Oh my God, dude, man, you're just rushing me with some memories. Butterfield Trail. Man, you're killing me, Smalls. Man, this is, oh. I'll tell you what, man, I need to figure out a way to get my, man, I need to get my Jeep over to Arizona, and we all need to like go freaking camping. I mean, just grab a handful of us and just go. You know what I would love? Did you hear me talk about the Grand Canyon, right? I so love that trip. I so want to do that again. I want to get over to Havasupai Canyon, get over there, spend the night on the ridge, looking at all those stars, because that was so cool. And then the hike was even cooler, and then going over to the waterfalls was the best. But my God, Butterfield Trail. You know what? I didn't even think of Butterfield Trail until you said that, and it's like, bam, so many freaking memories, man. I can even smell Butterfield Trail. It was just, I mean, I don't know. I'm weird, I know, but it's just, it's wow. Sorry, I'm babbling. It's what I do normally though, so whatever. Wow. Man. So all that aside, I talk about, and it's funny as I'm trying to get my wife out there. She is so not into camping. She is so not into camping. She is a wonderful, beautiful desert sage in the cool night. I love the fact that people, you know, I love it when you explain it. So I'll tell you one thing, Scott. When I was practicing to go practicing, when we were playing war, to go play war, to go actually do war stuff, we used to go to what was called NTC, National Training Center, and that is in Death Valley, California, and it is hot scooch and skirt from basically Barstow. And down the range, basically from Arizona. So, I mean, it's like you go to Death Valley and people are like, it's 115 degrees. Yeah, that's the same thing in Phoenix, too. It's whatever. And I love when I moved to Illinois and they're like, yeah, but it's the dry heat. And I'm like, dude, seriously? Yeah, I get it. You get up to 100. Good for you. That's awesome. That's like freaking, you know, that's like November for us, okay? It's like, dude, you want to talk about the dry heat. Walk outside at 115 degrees and then tell me that because even in Arizona, we have what's called the lobster report, meaning how quickly it will take your skin to turn pink, which means you're starting to burn. And it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Go outside for 10 or 15 minutes. If you don't have something on your skin, you are turning red and brown right away. Yep, got you, man. Jeremy, thank you, sir. I'm just babbling. I'll probably do it for a little bit longer, man. Take care of the kids, and can't wait to see your next video. And again, thank you for commenting on my videos, saying some stuff, and being a part of it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. See ya. But yeah, so I know it's like the Scott and Ken broadcast today, man. So this is so awesome. But yeah, I love the fact that my wife is willing to, so I'm trying to track back to my wife, is trying and is willing to do this. But the one thing that she needs is the little bit of the luxuries of life, right? Scott, come on, right? How many times have we gone camping for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and it's like, shower what? We'll take a shower when we get home, right? That's fine. And that's exactly how it happens in the military. It's like, you know what? If you got some wet wipes, you're cool. And you got to wipe the prevalent areas, you're good, right? A little bit of here, a little bit of there, get a little bit of the face, and yeah, the other stuff. You're good. You're fine. Now, if you happen to find a river or stream or, have the Supine Canyon waterfalls, go in there, you get yourself a shower. But, cool. That's awesome. All right. So watch the language. Gotcha. And I've been trying to keep that a little bit low because what the Army taught me was how to swear like a sailor, even though I was in the Army. Anyway, but my wife really wants to try and do this with me, but she is a princess, and she is my princess, and I love her to death, and I am so glad I met her. And Scott, I don't know if you know, it's not that it's prevalent or pertinent to the situation, but my wife is a Korean American. Met her as a Korean, and she got married and became an American. So, and love everything about her, but she does have certain quirks, and it's like she cannot go more than a day without a shower. She needs to have facilities and stuff like that. So a lot of the camping places, Scott, as you know, I keep saying Scott like I'm waiting for you to chime in or something, but there's a lot of those camping places where you can go that has the water facilities, that has the showers. There's actually a place up here that's really cool. And if you ever get this way, man, let me know, because I will hook you up going over to Stone Mountain. It's racist as all get out, but it's still Stone Mountain. What I mean is they have the etching of all the Southern generals in the mountain, a handful of the Southern generals, and they talk about the South's history. But there's a ton of people that are there, and I'm telling you, a ton of mixed people go there all the time to enjoy it. But the biggest thing about it is that you can actually, because it's a giant piece of granite and it's oval shaped, you can come from the side and actually climb it. And what I mean by climb it is you can walk up it. It'll kick your butt, but you can walk up it. And what's really cool is you can go to the top and see everything around and all that kind of stuff. But there are some camping grounds that they've set up where you have different variations of camping, which you can bring your big old RV, plug it in, go do your thing. Or you can go and, let's see, World Tour starts next March, thinking about Asian leg. Okay. I'd like to hear that. Asian leg. Okay. So, Scott, have you ever been overseas? Have you been to Asia? And then when you type that in, you get to that here in a second. I've got to, Stone Mountain has every variation, but they do also have showers and stuff like that, and trash and all that kind of stuff you can throw away and stuff. But I'm the guy that I want to back my Jeep up to a place, throw out my tent. I'm not even doing that stupid stuff. Sorry. Boop. Tent on top of your Jeep. No, you're going to put a tent out. You're going to put it on the ground right behind it, and then you're going to do some stuff, right? So, get a fire going, whatever you can do. You can do those kind of things there. There's a variation of level. And then they have like total boondocking, which is you don't even bring your car in. You park your car up the road in a parking lot and you walk over to this spot, and then you just have a flat of area. You backpack it in, drop all your stuff, and there you go. And that's pretty darn cool to do something like that. But then again, there's the place that I really want to go, which is up north of North Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, where you can go in and do some things. Let her rip, boss. I'll keep it on the DL a little bit, but anyway, the camping and all that kind of stuff is pretty awesome out here. But I've got to go and experience it. I haven't gone camping properly since Army. I mean, it's and prior to that was the Boy Scouts. So we're talking huge chunks of time in between where we've done a lot of different things, and I miss it. I want to do it. I enjoy it, and I love it. Let me get that fan a little bit more in here because I got a feeling that thing's going to want to act up again. Trying to get it cooled off and keep my juice away from there. But yeah, so I've got to get her out there. And I love her to death because she's willing to try it. She is way out of her comfort zone, but she's learned a lot from me about being out of her comfort zone. And she's learned that it's not that bad. Sometimes pushing you out gets you to do things a little bit better. And that's what she's liking. So, yeah, I am really excited to do this with her and with other friends and family that we have. And yeah, this is going to be one of those things where I'm going to do my checkout. I've got so much stuff. Like I said, I ordered so many things and also have requested. And back to my whole 1,000 subscribers that I've gained, a lot of it's been with the help of a lot of people that I've worked with. Danny Black, Jeremy Gourlay, with him, Steve WB, who's been helping me out a lot, and more so with Danny and Steve WB, they've helped me get on the Amazon Influencer Program, to which I love, because once you can get in and get accepted as an Amazon influencer, which means that they say you're an influencer, that they will allow you to talk about products and go, hey, look at this. This is a DJI Osmo Action 5 cage that goes on the camera, just like this one is the Action 4 camera, and you can put this on. Hey, Danny Black, there he is talking about him. Put all this stuff on, and I can do those videos. But what's really cool is you get into creator connections. You also get into talking about talking with suppliers. And once you get into this Amazon influencer program, you get a bunch of suppliers that talk to you, and they're like, hey, I'm going to send you a bunch of silly crap, but talk about it, do it, and then post it. And then but with Danny Black here, man, he recommended, throw all my stuff on another YouTube channel, which has, like I said, 56 subscribers, and all my Amazon videos go over there. So hopefully people can catch those. And I'm getting a lot of views on those. Not a lot. I mean, a lot more than I expected. And they are coming over. And I'm getting people to go and buy stuff over at Amazon. So pretty cool side hustle that I like to call it, because I work, as I said earlier, kind of corporate America. I can't say who I work for. God bless it. Not right now. But Danny, hey, if you're still there, if you remember, I told you that I'm one step closer. Actually, I was 2 steps closer, and to being able to talk about my job. I have talked to my... Oh, sorry, an email. Sorry. I have talked to our legal. I have talked to a bunch of other people. I know, I got you, man. Okay. And I'll just talk like And then if I said something wrong, you can correct me later. Anyway. Oh, look, there's a button I can say ban. Anyway. But so I told you before, right, that I was a couple steps closer to being able to actually talk about the products that my company makes and doing certain things. And I am one more step. I actually need to just talk to a PR guy. I already talked to legal. I've talked to our supply chain. I've talked to our headquarters. So yeah, yep. I'm a refrigerator salesman from Alaska. Come on, Danny. You know who I work for. You're about the only one that I know that I work for. I actually do have something in here. So since I've only got 2 or 3 people watching, and since I'm pretty close, I might be able to make reference to something that I might say, oh, you can't see it? Haha, you can't even see it. Can you tell me what that says? No. Cool. That's funny. So, yeah, I am one more. I think I have one step to go. I just actually, and it's funny is I just got to ask a PR person to say, hey, listen, man, this is what I plan on talking about. This is how my angle's going to be, other than all the stuff that you send these to all these other guys that you want them to say their thing. But I'm going to say something different. So as an example, there's one product that I can talk about that people were kind of poo-pooing a little bit. They're saying bad things about, and it was like, hey, the battery life is because you put a, I can't even talk about it that much, but you put a certain amount of battery in this device, and you used to do this much, but now this one has this much. So that must mean that this product is garbage. It's going to have horrible battery life. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not it. No, because we changed the processor, because we're doing certain things, we actually do expect to get efficiencies out of this, and the product will actually last a little bit longer than you think that it might. Will it die a little bit sooner than your other ones? Maybe, but will it last a longer time and efficiently, or actually work as you might expect? Yes, it will. So anyway, without trying to say too much more to get myself in any trouble at all, I am really close to being able to do that. And as soon as I can do that, oh my, I'm hoping and I'm anticipating to get a few more views. At least I might get to 2K subscribers in less than 7 or 8 years. So yeah, that's what I expect. And I'm taking it super methodically slow, because I just don't want to, because I put that business out there. It's out there. If I put that information out there, it's out there. I can't take it back, right? So I got to make sure that I don't put it out there so that it jeopardizes my job, because I like my job. I enjoy the job, and I enjoy what I do. Could I and do like you, Danny? And Scott, if you're still on there, this is a cool example. Mr. Danny Black right here is, and I hope so, Danny, I hope so. But you see that Mr. Black, that guy has 100,000 subscribers. He does a lot of product reviews. And he gets a lot of cool products to review, and he towed the road and worked his butt off and did a lot of stuff. He started off doing trip videos and travel stuff and vlogging kind of thing, and I think it was right, Danny. It was closer to, wasn't it COVID that kind of switched you to doing more product stuff, and that's where. And when I ended up, Jesus, I don't know why I just yelled. When I ended up following Danny there, I think you were at like 35K subscribers or something like that. I think that was about it. Maybe it might have been around about 17K or 18K, because there was a period where you jumped up, and then and then it took you forever to get. It seemed like to get to 100, and then you jumped over 100K, and now you're what, 130 now, I think. So 130K, awesome. Hopefully I get there one of these days, but. Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. And by the way, Scott, Danny, Steve from Yellowstone is an old school. I mean, I knew that guy since, like you said, 1978, since we were like 7, 8 years old. I went to school with him and went to church with him and did Boy Scouts and all kinds of stuff. We knew each other for a small chunk of our life, but forever kind of intertwined, I think. But anyway. The cool thing is Danny Black, and hopefully I'm saying this right, Danny, but you're an American dude who lives in Australia. His wife is Australian, and she's really damn cool. Now he lives in Australia and doing his thing there and kicking butt and taking names. So it took me a while, and I got stuck in the 40s. Yeah, and then videos popped, and then you jumped. Yeah, because I remember, I think I ran into you around 17 or 18K or 20K or something, and then you jumped up to like 30K or something, and then, like you said, you were 40s to 50s to 60s. Wasn't that a little bit slow? Anyway, you don't have to chime in. I know you're driving, bud. So, but it was a bit, and then it was like, and then he just shot off like crazy. So, and then ask him about Julive. He's going to be doing that. It's coming up soon, right, Danny? A couple weeks, maybe a week or so. You're going to go live for 24 hours or what is it? Every day straight? You're going to be live the whole time? And yeah, I say that sarcastically because he's probably right now going, oh, hell no. He ain't doing that. And yeah. But to get back on subject with my wife, I'm trying to get her out. I've got to go and do what I'm going to call as a checkout camping. So I think I've got everything. From all my experiences, God, I remember so many things. Geez. I'm just thinking right now the flashback of the Denny Moore beef stew. I remember taking those things in the can and just throwing it on there. Emma. Wait, no. Nope. Sorry. I always think that might be Emma or Danny, and I was wrong. That's Matt, right? Got you right this time, man. Sorry, bud. God. Why don't you do live? Who, me? Oh, why don't I do No More July? Why don't you do live? All right, Scott. Man, it was nice talking with you. It's so many things. Maybe I do need to do more lives, right? Get you guys jump in and comment a little bit. What is it? It's like 11:15 here. What is it? 8:15 back in Arizona? Think so. What do you mean, Danny? Why don't you do live? You mean me? I think you mean me. Do more lives or do the July? I mean, right? Should I copy your footsteps and kind of go back at the beginning and do some stuff to get people jumping on or whatever? Oh, yeah. Sup, Matt? Matt, thank you, sir. I haven't seen a whole lot, and I don't think that I think I gotta like check out your videos so that it keeps popping back up, because I haven't seen a whole lot pop up recently. I'm curious about that now that I think about it. Let me see here. I'm gonna search for your stuff. Come on. All right. It's raining. There it is. 4.7K. Pretty awesome. Okay, there you go. You know what it is, and I am subscribed. So let me see here. I got all. I have clicked all. Let's see your videos, man. Yeah. Dude, you got a big ass beard. Sorry, you got a big old beard. That's cool. Okay. I like the desk setup. I don't know why I haven't seen your videos. I'm not blocking them or whatever. That's weird. Dude, that is cool. Man. Okay. So, I think I've got to go ahead and knock out a couple items here before we get off. I know that I'm just kind of I said that I would be on here just rambling, and I appreciate you guys kind of listening to me and seeing what's going on. But I think I'm doing pretty good. I think, Danny, I think you're right. I will tell you this one thing, Danny, was kind of cool. And I think you said that it's raining, so you might have to go or something. I get you, man. But I'm kind of excited more for what's coming up, and I see this different kind of focus on what I want to do. I see that one of the things that seems to be working for me is that I will do one of my main post videos, like I will like this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, when I have the free time to make the videos. Then I make a lot of shorts off of those videos, kind of like, snippets of the main video itself, and then kind of throw those out there, and it actually gets me some views and whatnot. And then on top of that, thanks, Danny, I see that. On top of that, I do also, like your recommendation, Danny, is I throw a lot of my videos over to my other channel, and that channel is, actually, I can check it here real quick. Channel content, I have that other one. Let's see, and I've just posted a bunch of videos on there. And yeah, I'm getting 9, 10, 20, and then I got like a couple that are 200-300. Like this mouse I just posted a couple days ago. It's an ergonomic mouse, and ergonomic mouse, And it's those ones that kind of sits vertical, whatever. It's cheapy. It's not it's not expensive in any way, shape, or form. And I'm getting like 200 views and a couple likes just from a day or two ago. Yeah. And then let me see my dashboard. Where am I at? 56, 57 subscribers. Yeah. It's pretty nice. It's funny though. It's you when you have very low subscriber counts, and I say very low, like I'm at 1,000. I'm not trying to talk like I'm up there or anything, but when you're like at 50 subscribers, you get so many people that chime in, and they don't know you from Adam, and they'll chime in and they're like, hey man, you shouldn't do this. And look, if you're doing this type of video, like this one I'm looking at right now is where I put spacers on my wheels that kick my wheels out of my Jeep, so it gives it kind of a bulldog approach. And I got like 2 or 3 different comments from someone was like, oh, hey, you put the Red Torque Loctite on there, and it's gonna be too hard to keep adjusting your torque because you should be checking those every 500 miles and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. And he goes, well, okay, but the thing is, and I'm like, dude, the red Loctite, it doesn't matter. I'm just going there and do a torque check. I'll be fine. He goes, yeah, but you'll have to take them all off. I'm like, dude, how do you do a torque check? Because you just tighten it. And if it's not loose and they're where they're supposed to be, all you're going to do is go, and it's going to click and lock in and you're good to go. End of story. If it's loose, the Loctite should have held it there pretty close. So you might have to do a couple little cranks and then you're there. You're done. Put your tires back on. You're good to go. Tires and wheels or whatever. But it's like, and of course, even under the smaller number of subscribers and this other channel I'm still, hey, thanks for your comment. Super appreciate, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I'm trying to do the right things and say the right things, but being polite, but also saying, listen, yo, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. Oh, you shouldn't put that out there. You could get sued. No, I've said, watch me put these wheel spacers on. Didn't say, hey, here's how you should do it exactly by law, whatever, quoting something or other. So there's some fairness in there with certain things, but I love those people that come out and want to tell you about how you should be doing certain things. And even funnier is that you still look at it and you're just like, hey, dude, they got like 1 subscriber, which means they don't have any subscribers. They just got themselves a login for YouTube so they can do whatever, watch videos, whatever. Maybe they got premium or something. And then they want to go in there and just go, saying stuff. I remember Danny had that, you had that happen to you some many months ago, right? Some guy was just felt like going out and just attacking you and saying all kinds of crazy stuff. And I know how it's just like frustrating a little bit, but it's like, dude, stop. Just it's like, cool. I got you, man. You know what? Worry about yourself. I'm good. Just keep going. Do your thing. I got me. You got you. See ya. So yeah, I love it when you're like really, really low on those subscriber counts and they're just like, somebody's got to come out. We got to teach this guy, this little guy. He's so small. We're going to get him. We're going to help him. Come on now. So anyway, still doing, like I said, plugging those, and I grab like a half dozen or so videos at a time. I just build up a few and I'll just throw them all on, doing a few things. I do make sure that I get the right link so that I can get them over to Amazon side of the house, like I said, because they come from Amazon, putting them out there. Then, and Danny, I'll tell you something else too. I did realize that the whole, that I've been putting on my stuff is like, yeah, hey, this is sponsored. Do you check the box sponsored, whatever, it's because and it's like, now that you see the monetization portion of it, and it's like some things interact a little bit differently when you click that box and stuff like that. So I've realized that more and more you're like, hey, listen, you know what? Some of these videos where I'm using some of those products, I don't need to necessarily check that box. Now, right now, I'm doing it on this sub 57 subscriber count, but if I keep selecting that box, you may have the potential of not making any AdSense from some of those videos because you were paid for it, whatever. I don't know how that goes. I'm so new to that side of the house. So, but it's made me think. This is the other thing about gaining those 1K, 10K, 1K subscribers. So just like, oh, do I need to do that? Because here's the thing, and I'm not trying to cheat the system. Let me see. What'd you say? Back when I used to look at comments, if I got ones I used to reply. Can you share with me your video where you did it? Dude, exactly. You know what's funny? I actually did that to one guy, and he was like, "Oh, that's your argument back to me, ha ha ha." That you, and it was actually that same, not that guy. There was another guy before that for another product, and he was like, "Ha ha ha! Oh, that's so hilarious that you use that." You know, I'm not trying to. And then he went on like some tangent. It just made no damn sense at all. And I'm like, guy, come back to me. What I'm trying to say is, and I literally did that same line. Not necessarily we did it better, but it was like, oh, I don't see your video explaining how to do this right, but you tell me that I'm doing it wrong. So where are you at on this? And that's one where I was like, hey, thanks for your comment. Hey, and it was like, dude, you're being kind of a jerk now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of go there a little bit. And that's when I said that, and it was like, and then he came back, but it's funny is I kind of went there for a second, and then I stepped back, and yeah, and then I let it go for about half a second, and then he kept kind of making other comments, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just going to step away for a little while. And guess what happened? Just disappeared, because as long as I didn't give him the banter back, he didn't care. He wanted that banter. He liked, and that's unfortunate. There's a lot of people who enjoy that thing. They want that banter. They think it's fun, but they don't understand the work that people put into making these things work. That when they call you out, it's kind of an ego biter and it kind of gets you a little bit. But in the end, you're just like, dude, stop. You know, I'm done. And then the easiest thing is when you tell them to stop, when you say to stop, when you put them and you try to correct them, and they're like, ha ha ha. They didn't read your comment properly. They don't understand what you said to them because maybe they're not smart enough. I don't know. They haven't figured it out. But in the end, when you just say nothing and you just stop, that's the hardest thing that just goes. So yeah, and I got you too, man. I got a couple words that I'll every once in a while I'll chime in and say, hey, listen, you got a couple blocked words. I'm like, cool. So somebody's said something, and I'm fine with it. So, but yeah, I love that I've got this other channel doing its own thing, and it's funny is this other channel, I don't care about the subscribers. Honestly, I care about the views, and what I mean by the views is, and I have my own page, my own web page, and it does track clicks and things and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a way. I should try to figure out a way. I'm too busy right now to do that, but I just in my mind is I should see if I can track the traffic that goes from the 57 subscriber YouTube channel back to Amazon and see who's going back and engaging. But then again, I'll never know if they actually click on that until I get the sale and all that kind of stuff. So, but I like, and again, thanks to Danny and Steve WB, especially Danny, of getting me on and working with me to work through the traffic, the hurdles, the things to get onto the Amazon Influencer Program. It's been super helpful. It's been doing a lot of stuff. Hell, it's been paying for, you know, a lot of the stuff that goes on my Jeep. So it's been super great. Big money? No. Side hustle? Yeah. Making a few bucks? Yeah. Being able to take all your paycheck from your other job and Steve WB, what's up, buddy? And I just mentioned him. You probably, your ears were itching, wasn't it? Because I was talking about you. But being able to post all that stuff and then and get my stuff out there. I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, because I just saw Steve. Just keep making content, keep posting. Yep. Don't worry about it. I'm not. I've got thick skin. I've played Army and done all kinds of stuff. So forget Danny. Love Steve. I don't know about all that, man. Danny's been a lot of help for me too. Can't we just wait? I almost went there. No, not gonna have it. No, never mind. Nothing but love all over. So yeah, no, I got you, Danny. Yeah, don't worry about the analytics and just keep posting. Yeah, I like I said, I'm more worried about the smaller channel doing more views, getting people to look and hopefully click on that link to get them over to Amazon to move some traffic that way. And then I tell you what, though, the cool thing is when you finally hit that 1K and you look at the I'm talking about looking on my phone. The studio, not the studio, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Go in there and you see that I made like 40 cents. It's like, all right. So it's like I'm 3 or 4 days in and I got $3 or $4. And it's like, oh, that's more than I ever thought I'd get. Not ever. More than I thought I'd get in that time period. So it was kind of cool. I mean, I thought that maybe like my first month would be like $3. So, and then you guys having a love fest over there. Come on now. Break it up, you two. Get a room. Yeah, TikTok Live. I know. I TikTok Live. Okay. I know that I did the TikTok thing for a little bit, and it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't. I can't do like you two guys doing the full time influencer stuff yet. But yeah, it's if I could, I would like to, but yeah. Danny download Lark. Oh, Danny. What about Ken? Man, jeez. What is Lark anyway? Explain it. Explain it. Danny, this is where I should have bought that YOLO box, right? So I could just bring all you guys on and just start talking about stuff all together. I'm kidding, man. I don't know if I needed that box. I've been selling pool robots making 200 an hour. What? Yo. Why you come up on my channel and tell Danny about stuff? What about me? No love for me, man? Or am I just too small time? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm just this 1,000K subscriber. 1,000K? That doesn't make sense. 1,000 subscriber guy? Is that what that is? Huh? How we chat with the Chinese. What? How we chat with the Chinese? The Chineses? That was weird. All right, Steve. So what's Lark and why can't I join? You know what? I'm still on that stupid Logie. You told me that. You just said that you can't do the full-time influencer thing. I know. Don't try to call me out, Danny. Don't throw my words at me. Okay. You told me that. Okay. All right. Lark is a chat tool. Okay. Maybe I do need to. I don't know. But you're right, Danny. You're absolutely right. I can't do the full. But then you know how it is, right? It's that maybe you need that one thing that pushes you over and says, you know what? Screw it. Let's go do it. Let's try it. But I don't think I'm there yet, though. So I get it. Man. So what do we got? We got 3 people on. I think I'm watching one. So it's just Danny and Mr. Black. Yeah. So again, this is just a babble of, I'm down like 20. You dude, shut up, man. Shut up. I am actually trying to see if I can get in and talk to someone and see if I can move that direction. Because I'm telling you, it's like crazy. You know what? That makes sense, though. Directly talking to the sellers in China. So what you mean, Steve, is instead of talking to those other guys who talk to the sellers in China that are, and I don't know, how about you guys? Because let me tell you this, and however, I've always been doing with a lot of my sellers is, you know, hey, send me the product, and my fee is usually $20 a video. I know it's not much, but that's my thing, right? Because I'm low time a little bit. And what's funny is I actually had a couple of my contacts, and one of my old school ones that you sent me, Steve, I still work with her, Eva. She came back and was like, oh, we got to cut it back down to something. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. And then there was another lady who I've been working with that was doing 20, and she was like, yeah, nowadays, because of the tariffs and all this stuff, we're going to have to go back to like $5 a video or something like that. And I was like, yeah, no. I don't see how that's an issue. Right now there's all this tariff crap, but nothing's going on. And, nothing has changed. Nothing is there's a whole bunch of talk of all this crap, but nothing's actually happened. So don't hold me to that. Wait till that actually happens and it locks in, and maybe we can talk about adjustments. But right now, I don't think that's an issue. So they were like, meh. Yeah, I know. I hear you, man. I still do a couple with her, but I've really dialed her down a whole lot. I mean, again, based on you giving me her, she started a lot of videos that got me going. But after a while, it was like, it was funny too. And Danny, when I was working with Emma for a little bit, she was pumping up my rates, and a lot of people just fell off. They were just like, okay, we're done, because we were trying to get up to like 30 and 40, and I guess it just for a little bit it wasn't there. And I'm fine with that, actually, now that I think about it, because I mean, that $20 is nice for that quick turnaround for that initial, but you got to work a lot of the products that are coming from the Amazon side of the house, picking the right products, doing whatever it is, and then becoming, yeah, she's coming. And like, and to switch off of that is, I've had that a lot, but I've also learned, and I think Danny's also kind of made mention, is it's just like, yeah, I'm working on it. Yep, I'm working on it. Yep, I'm working on it. I got you. Oh, if they don't, by a certain time, don't worry about it. I'm working on it. I run into those things. It's like every once in a while, I just get piled up with a ton of stuff, and I'm like, a week or two behind on a couple stuff, and I'm just like, okay, I got you guys. I'm getting there. I'm working on a few things. Just give me a little bit longer. Just, And then I've had some people where it's just like, hey, where are we at? Hey, and it's like every day. Hey, 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 hey. And I was like, yo, I'll get there when I get there. But if you keep bugging me, it's just. And then what I love too is like with Eva, she became pushy, and I also told her, I said, listen, you tried to drop me to $10 a video when we were at 20. You have become a non-priority for me. Now I am going to get my other guys that are $20. They are my priority. But and guess what? She now dials back her pressure and still just kind of every once in a while will show me something once in a while, and I'm fine with that. Another person that I worked with that came out of the blue, I now work with them a lot. And I was just telling them, like, nope, I'm not changing. If you guys don't like it, dial me back. I don't care, whatever. And they haven't. So they pushed back to their own people and said, yeah, we're just going to stay at 20. So that's fine. And I've been good. But I like the idea where you can talk to the sellers directly in China and say, hey, man, just shoot me that stuff. And yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. Appreciate all your help. And thanks for getting me to 1K. I know it's been a help. So appreciate it, Danny. Take off. Have a good time. And hopefully I'll be catching up to you very quickly. Not in subscribers, but in going down. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, Steve, I think that's a great idea to work directly with the sellers themselves. Get rid of the middleman, right? And then, but you also do some TikTok stuff. Ugh, that's crazy. I got to remember to make sure I finish my juice. It's a juice, guys. This is a juice. Oh, Steve, what are you up to, sir? Oh. Danny. Yeah, I told Eva to kiss it and dumped her. You. Well. Happy. You still there? Let me see. Still got 3 on. Danny's still on. No, it can't be. Yeah, maybe. Or somebody else. Hey, anybody else that's on, chime in. Tell me who you are. Say hey. I do appreciate a little bit of getting to know whoever's on there. I do see that it says 3 people are watching. I know I'm watching. I'm one of them. Actually, I could probably get rid of this because now I know that my comments are where they're supposed to be. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Let's see if I go to 2. Because to be honest, my phone was losing its charge. Dying out a little bit. So let's see how it switches from 3 to 2 maybe. Steve, you still there? Hello? Bueller? Ah, there you are. Yep, we're down to 2. So how you been doing? I know that you were rocking it with Logie, and how's that been? Because I randomly will get them. They'll send me a product. I've done a couple, but I've basically turned most of their stuff down. I don't mess with Logie, really. I never really, I think I saw the page and I started to try and work with a few things, but it just, I think with just me working full time again, it's just another thing I didn't want to have to deal with extra. And that's probably me being lazy. So, but I know that you for a while, and I love your freaking 3D printed stuff. I've been trying to figure out if there's something that I could like, task you to make. I know I'd have to pay for it. No worries. I understood. But I'm trying to think of something I can do. Amazon sucks. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about now like transitioning over to TikTok stuff. And then what about TikTok? Yeah. I did that. And it started, like I said, it just popped up and then it just died real quick. But maybe I'm not doing it right. Or again, maybe it was a part where it did die and then it's back and I just decided not to come back. So, because I did it way back in the day. And it was interesting because I got some products that I had because you had to like try to find the store and you had to try to see your products were there. And if you had those products, you could put those on and then do a video for those, put them on TikTok and then have them go to, went from 300 a day to 50 to 100 a day. Well, yeah, I hear you, man. I'm wavering a little bit. But I think I've hit a plateau-ish where I think I'm just doing about 1,000 at 1,200-ish a month. And it's always this with Amazon. But I also know that there are periods where and I think it really is like when you posted a ton of videos all at once, you were like boom, 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 boom. And then when you start to plateau and you just do some videos at a time, I almost feel like it's because there are times when I have posted nothing and I'll get, decent sales or whatever. And then all of a sudden I'll get, like I said, I have these things with the sellers, sending me stuff or the representative of the sellers. They'll send me all this stuff. And then out of the blue, it's like, oh my I'm behind. What's this? Hey, hey, and then you do it and you sell this. And you're like, hey, what about this? And then this and this. And then you're putting out these, because what's weird with me is I put out like 5 to 10 minute videos. I know that's a waste of time, but that's just who I am. That's how I do it. I do a little bit longer than the average person. But when I'm rushed, some of those videos, because you can tell, like, it's like, yeah, this is a little bit of an expensive keyboard, so I'm going to do a little bit longer. But when you get the one that's like $30 or $10 or whatever, you're like, okay, video on, keyboard, does things, clickety click, why did it kind of get cool, whatever, done, post, and then you go. Great. But the thing is when I start to like just dump, and they're still decent quality enough that I think that because there's still people that like the videos, but I dump, and I get them out there, and then my Amazon kicks up. And then when I start to get caught up, and then now I'm back to this standard, and most of my videos I post in Amazon are just during the weekend for the most part. When I come home, if it's a simple video, because and maybe you could attest to this, Steve, you can see this, and this case, and even Danny's probably seen this, is, hold on, the way I do TikTok is the company sets up everything and moderate the stream. I do my live and walk away and keep 10% of the sales. Okay. And they give you the products, right? And what do they do? And let me guess, are they the same ones that say, hey, listen, I'll send you one of these and one of these and one of these, and you need to do a whole hour stream talking about all 10 of the products they sent you? Is that right? Kind of like the clothing guys, right? They'll send you like, hey, man, go ahead and pick 10 different items, and then we want you to do a full hour of our stuff. I might do that. Why not? I haven't done lives in forever, and if I can do TikTok, I can do this. This Ecamm is a really powerful software. I can pump that into TikTok if I need to. They ship and everything. Okay. Are they looking for knuckleheads like me, or they just need big people like you? Because that doesn't sound like a bad job, right? Say if you can set it up, Well, if you're trying to push me away from it, man, it ain't working because everything you're saying is like, yeah, let's try this. So what do you think? Somebody like me can do this? And I know you're going to be cool and be like, dude, what do you mean somebody like you? Of course you can do it, right? Or you're going to give me some stuff. Sorry. I'm small. That's what wait, never mind. Stop it. Oh my. I'm so loving this. I don't know why I haven't done lives before. And I know it's a waste of time. I could be making videos, but today was a day because I just hit the 1K and I didn't mean to say that, hey. And all you did was, dude, I'm good at talking. You know me, I can just blab all day. Damn. So, man, I don't know if I don't even have a link to pull you in, and I know you're busy. Shit, it's same time as you for me. It's 11:40 something. She said that after the ED. I know you're. I got to remember that you're a few seconds behind me. Got you, man. Before the. Yeah. So, yeah, are you okay to let me know? Is there anybody you can thank you, man. Appreciate it, Steve. I saw that. Can you let me know how I might be able, or can you do like what you did before when you helped me out a lot back with the Amazon side where you hooked me up with a handful of people? Is there somebody I can link into and try to figure out what's going on? I mean, I was on TikTok. I'm still technically there maybe, but what do you think? I mean, I think that's kind of cool, actually. Is it still the crazy cheapy stuff that you still have to do, and is it still like the weird stuff? And I really don't want to do the Matt toys kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you don't do those either. Oh. And while Steve catches up to me for a few seconds, any of you all that are still potentially watching and or watch this at a later time, yeah, right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all of what's going on and the help and support. And it's funny is that I will do what I can. You don't need an account. They give you an account to use. Jesus Christ, Steve! If you're trying to not sell me, you're selling the living daylights out of it to me, man. So, cool. I will do what I can. Cool. And I know, I don't know. I mean, we'll talk more on it. Okay. I appreciate it. So I know you probably got a jet, man. I got to get my wife to bed and she's got to work tomorrow. So, and I've got a lot of videos I got to work on tomorrow. What's funny is I look left and right. There's a little table right here. And it looks like the office is super clean, but it's like, I got like 30 products right here. I've got like another 20 or 30 that I've done. And again, like Steve, right? I mean, this is the one thing that I hate more than anything. But that's a hard word. That's a harsh word, hate. I don't hate. But what I really have a problem with is I love the videos where I can sit down and I can do everything here, like this keyboard. I can do everything here at my desk and I can show, and I did do everything. Say, hey, look at the USB-C, wrong side, USB-C port right here. Here's the dongle for the 2.4 gigahertz. Here is the keyboard and it lights up in different colors and it does all this stuff. And again, I could talk through all of the stuff related to this, use the down shooting camera, which I can do right now. Say, hey, check this out, and and I can switch, do my thing, and do it all in one shot. Put it over to something else. I have a program called Descript, which is really cool, and it pulls out all the dead air, it pulls all the ums and uhs and all that BS that I say, and it makes me sound intelligent, which is very hard to do, but it's AI-ish. Clears it all out. And it's not really AI, but it works with some AI information to pull stuff out and clear it. And it also evaluates and says, hey, take these out, do this, that, and the other. It doesn't manipulate and change or add anything. It can, but I don't let it do that. It just pulls out all the BS, cleans it up, and says, this is a good product. I send it out, call it done. I like the single shot. What I hate is the fact that some of these guys, like this air compressor stuff, I've got 4 or 5 of these air compressors. I should do a single shot on those, meaning I should take them out to the garage, because Steve is one of the biggest proponents that's told us that don't talk about your air compressor here in the office. Take it out to where you use it, right? I know you're going to say that, Steve. But what I do is I'll do a unboxing right here. Hey, it's cool. Look at that. Da, 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 da. It's got this air compressor. It's got this hose. It's got these needles. It's got this, that, and the other. But now I'm going to go downstairs. I always say that. I'm going to go head out downstairs and try it on my Jeep, or try it on my wife's car, or try it on the bike, and try it whatever. Again, with the air compressors, which means I now got to take my, where did it go? I put it away in a box. I'll take my Pocket 3, take it downstairs, video me doing some decompressing or releasing the air from my tire. I won't do video of that. What am I saying? I'll release some air from my tire, put the air compressor on. Oh, look, it's low. Do its thing. Look at that. It's kicking, it's rocking, whatever. It's cool. And it does its thing, and we're done. And then I got to go take those two videos and put them together and make them into one video. I would rather try to find product that I do one video on, where I can do the single edits, send it on its way. But so many of the products that I get are, hey, we would like to see you unbox it and then also show us how you're working on something. Now, the second, I say second because I never said a first, but follow me. The second item that I think that I will probably do now is maybe I should, Steve, tell me if I'm wrong, make two videos. Make the unboxing video, post it. Do the Descript thing, make it all pretty, make it look like I'm halfway smart, and send it out. Call it done. Do the second video, post it saying, hey, here's what it does in its action. But unfortunately, I think the customer sometimes might come in and go, hey, I saw the one video, you're not even using it. There's another video. So that's why I still try to make sure I put both of them and combine them into a single video. And there we go. I will send my TikTok link so you can see what I'm doing. Cool, man. You'll send that, Facebook Messenger, right? Cool. Thank you, man. I'm on the down low. The company I work with may be getting a contract. Oh, my God. Really? Dude, DJI? That's pretty badass, man. That is awesome. I wish I could do that. One video, YOLO, baby. YOLO. YOLO. You only live one. Yeah. No, I got you, man. Yeah. I agree. So you're right, Steve. So what I need to do is skip this BS here, which I like to do. I like to come here, sit down, and go. But it's better to go downstairs, break out the Pocket 3 right away, put it on a tripod, go, boom, dude, here I am at the Jeep. Tire's already deflated a little bit. Here's the thing. That's a compressor. Here's what's in the buck. Da-da-da-da. Look at that. Done. I know that was weird, and I yelled. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't break anybody's eardrums. But anyway, the point is, that's pretty cool. You're right. I should just do the single video no matter where I am. Go to the point, do the video, call it done. Man, yeah, that's what I should do. It's just so nice to come in here, flip these guys on when they do work, and they just do the video. But I should do that only when they're here. I started looking at reviews. Okay. Now, what do you mean you started looking at reviews and number of videos, meaning that it's already saturated and you won't do it, or that it is a lot of videos and there's a lot of engagement, so you will still do it hoping that you'll get a portion of that engagement? Sit on that one for a minute. My. This is such a fun video. I'm having a blast. And again, I've got interaction with some of the guys that have been with me for over a year and some change doing this. Have walked this whole path with me, in support of a lot of things that I'm doing. So it's super awesome. We live with a generation of consumers with a TikTok attention. Yeah. I mean, look at me. I'm doing 2-hour video here, but yeah, and I know to your point, you got to go to the 30-second, 2-minute video as opposed to the 10-minute video. So you're absolutely right, man. I totally agree. I'd love to get on a little bit of that cheese, that cheddar that you got going. I tell you what, guy, this was super cool. I might try to. I need to do more organized lives, and I got to get my video stuff back on and my overlays and all that kind of stuff, so I can actually look like I'm doing something real. But again, the main intent with this was just to shoot the stuff with you guys, have a good time talking about the fact that I am finally at 1,000 subscribers, and I am now finally going to make a few dollars here, there, and the other, and hopefully I will continue to make a few things, and then of course. Talking with Steve here, Steve's always got the great ideas. Okay, so if a product has a lot of reviews, it's selling a lot. So if it has low numbers of videos, then you have a chance to make money with that product. Low number of videos. Right. So same thing like everything else, right? If it's saturated, then you don't get into it because you're just going to get really not too many views out of it because of the fact that everyone's doing it, right? So it's like the Stanley, where is it? I must have took it downstairs. I literally have, oh yeah, no, it's right here. So if you go do Stanley Cup, which everybody and their sister's doing, you're not going to get a lot of return on it. Water. But if you do something that's kind of newish, like you said, that something's breaking out, maybe something that's only got a couple videos on it, you bring out something a little bit more to that, maybe flavor, maybe people start to tune into yours because you've got a little bit more savvy to the product, or just the fact that you're just putting it out there and there's so much traffic on it that you're just going to get the side scatter of a bunch of traffic and you're going to get a whole lot of views on it. So yeah, right. Yeah, no, you're right. Sometimes you know what I hate? Oh my God. I will end this here in a few minutes, but I will get on my high horse on this one. I just ran into this the other day. So Creator Connections, you go in and it's a way for us to do what you're talking about, Steve, right? And I'm pointing to you like you're right there, but you're not. Is to get in there and talk to the actual sellers, or they're not actually the sellers, but some of the agents and some of the sellers of certain products. And then what you do is, in my case, is, hey, see your product, love to do a video if you don't mind collaborating with me or working with me, Could you send it to me and we'll go ahead and knock out a video for it? Absolutely not. I mean, I get like maybe a 20% or less success rate on that. And in that, the 20% that I do get is kind of nice. Oh yeah, absolutely. What's your address? We'll send it to you. Hey, if you don't mind, just make sure that you talk about how green the plants are and how black the pot is, and that it's 4 inches tall, and that they're not dangerous. If your dog bites it, it won't kill them or anything like that. Whatever. They give you guidance to talk about certain things, and you say, yeah, sure, no problem. We'll talk about it. And then you do your thing, and off you go, and you do the video, and it's great. And I just ran into this, is I got a video. I got a product to make a video for from one of these guys. And I did my thing. And it was pretty good video. Put some effort into it. Did some things. Put it out there. Then all of a sudden, the product is unavailable. So what the heck? So you put it out there. It's ready to go. It's a good video. You get tons of clicks because they're like, oh, that's cool. Click. Oh, it's not available. I can't buy this. So you get no profit from it. And the thing is with Creator Connections, you get like percentages. So with Amazon itself, there's a very small percentage, like 1 to 4%, 2 to 4%, 2 to 5%, something like that, of just when you just post regular videos. But when you go into the Creator Connections, you get like a minimum of 10% usually. And you'll see things like 10, 20, 30, 40%. Even some people will be like, hey, I'm just going to give you $50 for every one of these that somebody clicks on and buys. And it's like, oh my God, that is freaking awesome. Yeah, Steve, I know what you're saying. I will go into Creator Connections and I do a very short sentence of love your stuff, whatever, love to, review or talk about your product. Or would you, like to send it to me? And actually through talking with Danny, because I used to write a novel about, hey, here's all my numbers. Here's how I did. I'm a guy who's got a Jeep. I'm going to go do some overlanding. I'm going to show your stuff and do all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then I go and I get almost no interaction. Now I realize with, again, a lot of these guys are Chinese and usually overseas, I make it very short. Love your stuff. Would you be willing to send me your product so I can talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And it's got more engagement, but it's still very, very low. And I will tell you that most of my guys actually, interestingly enough, now will take me and say, hey, listen, we've changed the ASIN and can you repost it to this one? I do get a handful of them that actually do that for me, so which is fine. But you're right, though, because you'll see one of these products, and what's hard, I hate more than anything. I keep saying a lot of hate, sorry. But let's say you got one of these plants, and then you're like, dang, I don't remember who the company I talked to. So you research the actual plant or something, and it's like, then you see that, oh yeah, that's the one. Oh no, that's not the company. It's another company. Wait, there's 12 companies that make this exact plant. Well, it's not the companies. What it is one company makes millions and millions of these plants. But what they do is they send them to like 12 or 13 different entities, and they just slap a sticker that says Pots by Steve. And then there's another one that sends it out to someone else, and it's like Plants by Ken or Billy or whatever. And then you're right, the honest ones, you're right, Steve, ask you to switch. The rest of them, they just like, oh yeah, that one's closed and it's gone. But we'll go ahead and take your video and we'll move it over there. Now, I've had a couple people that have also taken my video, which I actually kind of find it prideful a little bit. They'll take my video and make it their video. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Steve, right? It's the top 1 or 2 videos are usually from the company themselves, which makes me feel like that either they're so cheap in production costs that they like my video enough that they'll put that as their big video, and then everyone else's videos down below, which is kind of cool. But unfortunately, what happens is they'll click on the main video and go, okay, that's what this is about. But then they'll click on somebody else's video, and next thing you know, you lost the sale. So anyway, yeah, Steve, let me know. I got to head home. I'm already home. I got to head over and put the wife to bed and make sure that, because she's got to work in the morning. So love talking with you, brother. Haven't seen you or talked with you in a while. And we've got to meet up one of these days. And the funny thing is Danny's in Australia. We're talking about meeting up, and Xander's in frickin' England, but you're just down the road. We got to frickin' and find some stuff. So, and get together some point in time. And it's funny is just a few months ago or a month ago, I was in Florida. Now, nowhere near you, because I know you're closer to the Orlando world, but damn, we gotta, do you ever come up north? Anyway, that's for a topic for later, man. I appreciate it. I am wasting a bunch of time. I've got to get going, so I appreciate everything that you've done for me, man. Tell her Steve says good night. Got you, brother. Everyone have a great night. Thank you all that have supported me for the 1K, and hopefully here comes 2K tomorrow. Nah, whatever. All right, guys. I'll see you. I know, man. I don't know if I could go to CES this year. We'll see.